Associated Press announced this week that they would no longer be calling opponents of climate change skeptics or deniers. Here's some background from the AP. Scientists who consider themselves real skeptics, who debunk mysticism, ESP, and other pseudoscience, such as those who are part of the Center for Skeptical Inquiry, complain that non-scientists who reject mainstream climate science have usurped the phrase skeptic. They say they aren't skeptics because proper skepticism promotes scientific inquiry, critical investigation, and the use of reason in examining controversial and extraordinary claims. Those are all characteristics that you will very rarely find amongst people who do not believe in climate change. And so I understand where the actual scientific skeptics are coming from. So that's skeptics, but why not deniers? That group prefers the phrase climate change deniers, that's the skeptics they're talking about, for those who reject accepted global warming data and theory. But those who reject climate science say the phrase denier has the pejorative ring of Holocaust denier. So the Associated Press prefers climate change doubter, or someone who rejects mainstream science. First of all, climate change doubter both sounds stupid, and also, when you think of somebody who doubts something, what do you think of? Like, looks like it's gonna rain today. I doubt it. It's not the important scientific questions of the day, some of the biggest organizing scientific ideas that we have being researched right now. It's not doubt, okay? It's not, oh, you think dinner's gonna be good tonight? I doubt it. This place sucks. No, it's more important than that, and you need to use a word that's more important than that. But let's go back to the denier, because I think a lot of people can understand, yes, there are some connotations of Holocaust denier there. And look, anything that could possibly offend survivors of that or people who knew that, I have all the respect in the world for them. I don't want them to suffer any psychological trauma as a result of a genuine press to get people to understand climate science. And yet there is something that makes sense about labeling both Holocaust deniers and climate science deniers with the same term. Both of them are taking the huge, overwhelming amount of evidence that we have that something is true, is happening, or in the case of the Holocaust did happen, and then saying, based almost entirely off of either sheer ignorance or some long-standing previously held bias or prejudice, that they refuse to believe it, having no interest whatsoever in actually looking into and examining the evidence on their own. And so if there seems to be a link between the two, I think that there is actually a link between the two in the minds of the people who refuse to realize what historians or climate scientists have taught us and have made clear to us. And so I am against what the AP is doing in terms of changing from skeptics and deniers to doubters. It is too weak of a word. It does not get across the enormity of the mistake that they are making, both for themselves and for the world at large. And I'm all for respecting people, and so I understand that the AP, who's a very respectable journalistic organization, they want to show respect, and so that's what they're doing, and that's fine. But respect needs to be earned. And when your willful ignorance on the well-publicized, established science of the day threatens not just your own life, but possibly millions of other people's lives, and perhaps even the destruction of civilization as we know it today, then I think it's time that both we and the AP quit with the word games. And that's my final judgment.